Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Tool Farts. My name is Chuck.
I'm Lou. How you doing today?
Oh, man, I've had better weeks.
That's what I hear. So what happened?
Yeah, man.
Tell me about that job.
Yeah, I applied for a job, got an interview, and again, I don't think I did that well on the interview because, I come away with these things and then immediately afterwards I'm like, man, why didn't I say this? Why didn't I say that? I think I left a lot of meat on the bone. But then again, sometimes, these things just are the way they are, Maybe it was never mine to get. I don't know.
Well, what did I tell you?
I don't know. You tell me a lot of things.
What did I send you in my note?
You sent, I get to my email. Rejection doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It means the other person failed to notice what you have to offer.
Absolutely. And sometimes that goes back, you got to sell yourself too. Sometimes you got to have the big old ego and you pump that chest out and talk a lot of trash. But you shouldn't have to, But you know what?
What?
Go ahead.
This is the exact same stuff that I tell people that I work with. And, as the days were getting closer and I was getting more and more nervous, they were telling me, what is it you always tell me? This, and you tell me that, and, you just gotta, I just gotta I guess I have to take my own medicine.
Yeah, and maybe that wasn't for you. You don't know what life brings. You don't know what's going to be around the next corner.
No, you don't.
But the thing about it is, you can't let it get you down. You got to keep doing what you're doing. And, sometimes you step it up a notch. Sometimes you have to take a step back. Because that's just the way life is. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the world.
No, we don't.
And I'm pretty damn proud of you. I brag about you all the time.
Well, this week there wasn't much to brag about.
Yeah, it is. How many other people interviewed for that job?
I think just two more people. I think it was just three of us.
Three of you.
And I think, from what I heard, I think two people dropped out of the interview.
Then how about all those other folks who weren't even considered? They wanted to have the two have been considered. Yeah, so it's just when one door closes, you open up another one.
I just gotta, like you said, I gotta hang my hat on those little things. Like I got an interview, and a lot of people didn't. So,
because I remember about 35 years ago, a conversation. Dad, I want to help the enlisted folks. And I remember a conversation. Well, get you a degree and get you a commission. There's been a whole lot of good stuff in between that conversation. CW 1, 2, 3, 4, and what's the GS level you at now?
14.
Pretty damn good. In how many years? About 35 years.
96 to now, so 20. No, it's more than that.
That's 39 years, right? 38 years.
I think 38 years.
Yeah. So that's pretty damn good for an old country boy.
Wasn't too country.
Well, it would have been more if if I had my way.
Yeah, we'd have moved back to Alabama.
There you go. See?
38 years, yeah. I had to pull out the damn calculator.
You got to give your mom credit. Then you went off and forgot a damn birthday.
Yeah, I did. I was kind of feeling poorly, and then the days and the hours just kind of slip on by, and then you sit here wallowing in your own self-pity, and you go, you know what? I didn't call my mom on her birthday. What kind of son was I?
Well, I told her what kind you were. She said, "No,
a low down dirty dog."
She said, "No, it's not." And I said, "Okay." She had to give it up. I'm gonna tell you, this economy. I went out to buy some. I don't tell her what I'm gonna get her because she doesn't want you to buy anything for her. She's just that type of person, which is a quality trait that most of us need to have. But anyway, so I went to my favorite HEB. Didn't like what they had, so I said, I'll just go down the road to the next HEB. They didn't have what I have. So I wanted, and I looked at stuff like that. So I said, I'll just go to the corner store to the florist because I know the lady down there, and she's always real nice to me. And because usually I go in and buy just a single rose every week, for your mom and stuff. So I bought a dozen roses, $86 for a dozen roses. I said, oh
Yeah,
man. To me,
that is crazy.
it was the thought that counts, not but cheap mom is more about the dollar amount, right? Yeah. So anyway, I was bracing for the worst, but she was nice about it when she checked the books and saw how much it cost. But anyway, she had a good day, and it was fun.
Yeah, you got a birthday coming up pretty soon too, don't you?
Yeah, in a couple months. Right now, we're the same age. So,
For a couple months.
yeah. But I got to give a shout out to one of your cousins, Cassie's son, Tristan, and his new bride, Autumn. They actually got married on your mom's birthday, on June 6th.
I saw the pictures. I didn't see what date, but I saw the pictures.
Yeah, it was June 6th. So, we wish them the best and pretty excited. And Ruben, Tristan's father, actually did the ceremonies for him and stuff like that. So that was really nice. They had it up in Houston, up that area, out on the beach, and so it was pretty nice. So
Yeah, it looked pretty nice.
yeah, so it's been a good week overall, except for your little
Hey, you
setback
can't get
there.
them all,
But
right?
no, but you know what? It just prepares you for the next one.
I hope so.
Yeah, because more stuff when you work hard and you do good things come to good people. Talking about good, so let's change that. Tell me about this challenge you got going on Facebook.
This is a friend of mine tagged me in it. You just tag a friend, and you're supposed to post however many albums that mean something to you in your life. That you know. So my buddy Al, he tagged me, and I tagged my buddy Chris and a few other people. So every day you're supposed to tag somebody new, and hopefully they follow along. If they don't, it's no big deal. It's just a way to share a little bit of your musical tastes without really saying anything.
So, tell me about some of those albums and stuff. I've watched them and I try to follow it every day, but most of the people you talk about, I know who they are. I just not into
So
that kind of music per se.
So the very first one that I posted was probably the first real hard rock slash metal that I can remember listening to, and then an album that you bought, and that was Kiss Alive 2. And at the time, it was a very hard album to find, and you guys would come home and you'd show me the record. I'm like, no, that's not it. And you'd go and you'd get another one, and you bring it back, and you're like, no, that's not it. And you finally got me that record, and me and my friends, we would play the album out there on the carport there in Georgia, and we would pretend like we were Kiss, and so that one meant a lot to me. And then the next one, Van Halen, the very first Van Halen. So both of these albums came out very, very close in time. And
Uh-huh.
again, the Van Halen album, it took you guys a while to find that one because it was so hard to find. You'd bring me Van Halen 2, you'd bring me Van Halen. It was just a hard album to find, and you guys
Yeah.
got it for me. Next one, Pink Floyd, The Wall. And I have to post one today. Next one was AC/DC's Back in Black. Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz, his first album, which my sister stole from me. Then you roll into Motorhead, the Ace of Spades album. And then one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I everybody loves Jimi Hendrix. I love Jimi Hendrix. Everybody loves Eric Clapton or Eddie Van Halen. But to me, Stevie Ray Vaughan, if you just listen to him play, and especially if you can watch a video of him playing live, oh my God, he's just so phenomenal. There's a video I got to show you next time I'm over there. You'll really love it.
Yeah, he's good. I like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And the last one I posted yesterday was Judas Priest's British Steel. That was the one that came out right as what this musical genre was called, the new wave of British heavy metal. That's kind of what brought it to our shores on like a mainstream type level. And you go back to that band that I just saw like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, Saxon. They were one of those. Iron Maiden and Samson and all those great British bands that brought this new type of rock and roll to our shores. And because disco disco was reigning king at this point in the late 70s. Punk rock had had its 15 minutes of fame. Then you had the new wave, post-punk type stuff going on, and then disco, and then out of the blue, this new wave of British heavy metal hits, and it was to me, it's my favorite genre of music, next to the blues.
You got to give it credit. There's some good marketing people when you're on one side of the world versus the other side of the world. Two different thought processes and life's different, so like that. Then you get something and bring it together, and you make money all over the place.
Yeah, but it just goes to show that what works in one country can work around the world. And then it just spawned all of these new metal bands here in America. That's when you get your Anthraxes and your Metallicas and your Exoduses and all of those U.S. heavy metal bands all spawned out of that new wave of British heavy metal. And then out of that metal from the 80s, you get in the 90s what was called new metal, not NEW, but NU metal. And a lot of those bands are still around today, like Slipknot and Korn and Cold Chamber and bands like that. And it's like you could do like a whole college degree on music. I mean, you go back to the blues, and a lot of the original heavy metal artists, like Judas Priest, Black Sabbath. I mean, they were all blues-based bands in England in the mid-late 60s, and you can trace it all the way back.
So, on the 15th, we're going to go see Molly Hatchet. So how does that band fit into all of this?
That's a whole different offshoot. That's Southern rock, which is a blend of rock and a little bit of country that just came out of the South in Florida and Georgia down there. That long-haired country boy, if you will. Along outlaw country that was all that outlaw country, that Southern rock, it was all coming out of that same area at the same time. Also, Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet, 38 Special, Blackfoot, all of these great hard rock Southern bands. And
what's amazing is how these artists all what's the word I'm looking for? How they pay tribute to each other in their music and the things they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and how that's what's amazing. You think of I don't know, Waylon Jennings and those guys, but they go back into that kind of stuff and have friends and all over those places. I was just reading
it all starts somewhere for somebody, and so by doing this thing on Facebook, it's just a way to let your friends know, the type of music that influenced your musical tastes, if you will. Mm-hmm. It's just a way of sharing that kind of thing, and you don't have to say anything. I might tag you one of these days, and you'll have to post some of your albums that mean something to you growing up, and even in your adult life.
Yeah, it's a different genre.
But you can share your genre of music, your country music, your whatever meant something to you at that time. Share that album.
Yeah, and see, that's where I can identify with how you feel about what you're doing. Even though most people, people around me, your mom, your sister, now you don't so much, but your sister maybe, and I like that old country. But I can see a lot of the younger guys playing a lot older stuff now, and last week I told you I just bought that Lefty for sale. I just like to go back. To me, it brings back memories for me that were important in my childhood. And as a general rule, we didn't have too much choice what we listened to. You listen to what mom and dad listened to, because you only had one radio.
And there weren't a whole lot of radio stations or a whole lot of choices to choose from back then either.
No, it wasn't. But that's the way life is. Life changes. You either go with it or you get left behind.
Yeah. And I kind of remember being in the car growing up. I'd either hear country music from you or like top 40 or whatever that mom liked.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's pretty good. She listened. Now she some of the old country stuff that I like. She can't.
Yeah, she don't like
She's not
that
gonna have
twangy
that.
whine. She don't like that twangy whiny country music. She likes some of the
Yeah,
newer stuff.
but that's what everybody grows up with, and I always like rock and roll music, but I have a greater appreciation for it now as I listen to it than I did back then. And one of the things I think I said last week, for me, because of my hearing loss, I like to hear the words. The words, then the music goes with it. I don't like the music to drown out the words. I want to hear the words, and what the meaning of that song.
Well, you know what? You're also at an age where you're more receptive to hearing, especially my music. I mean, I'm taking you to see Molly Hatchet. 40 years ago, you would not have gone with me to see Molly Hatchet.
No,
You would have enjoyed the show, but you might not have, you're much more receptive to it now. And that's what I appreciate the most is dragging you along to some of these things just to get you a little bit out of your comfort zone and then to have you come out and go, man, that is so great.
it's also spending time with you, doing things that we couldn't do when you were growing up. I didn't have the money. We were just at 2 cents and trying to make a nickel out of it, type thing. And so now that life has got us where we're at least we're in a little bit better shape. And it's fun doing those kind of things. Hell, I enjoy sitting there watching you go through your whatever it is that you're going to do.
Yeah,
But
we are having fun. I will
yeah,
say that.
yeah, I'm really looking to George Thurgood. I'm gonna tell you what, I really liked him on that show. I'm looking forward to that. And we got a little. Well, it's gonna be towards the end of the month, so we got a little bit of time and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun.
My best memory, the best memory I have of you and me at a concert was Chubby Checker.
Was which one?
Chubby Checker.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I did some stuff there. I'm not even sure why I did it.
ladies and gentlemen, this man right here, I could not believe it. We were sitting 3 rows back from the front. Oh, hang on a minute. My wife's trying to call me. Let me text her real quick.
Yeah, you don't want to make her mad. Is she over with her mom?
She is, but she might be on her way back.
Okay.
All right, I just texted her, so she'll get it. She'll understand. So anyway, Chubby Checker, he comes off the stage and he just comes right down our row, and we're standing up like everybody else, and everybody's kind of standing up there doing the twist or, their best version of it. And he goes past us, and he gets back up on stage. And he's like, hey, come on, everybody, get up on here and let's do the twist. And I look at you and I said, you want to go? And I turn around and you were gone. You was headed to the stage. So I was like, shit, I guess I'm going to do the damn twist up there. And there you were, man. You were up there just doing the twist. That was probably the greatest, most fun time at a concert with you that I've ever had was being with you at Chubby Checker, being up on stage doing the twist.
Yeah, and that goes back to your show, and I watch you on some of the stuff you play on Facebook. When the artists are that good that they get you into it, they're a great artist. Yeah,
and that's why I love live music. I love it.
Yeah, because a lot of times you go and to see an artist and stuff, and you enjoy the music because you enjoy what that particular artist does. But when they can get you into the groove, get you wanting to do things, and get you out of your comfort zone a little bit, they're good. Another one that I enjoyed that was what's his name with you and your mom and Brenda and I can't remember. He's old. He's an old guy. Old crooner from back in the 50s days that we saw.
Ray Price?
Who?
Ray Price?
No. We went down at the Tobin Center, the Tobin Center we saw.
Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis.
But he didn't sing any of his country stuff, though.
No. But the artists, the songs that he sang and how he changed his I don't want to say costume because it's not costume, but to fit each genre of music that years that he went into, and just a really, I really enjoyed that show. You know, even
Really?
though just a little boring than your mom in my area that time, but he was a great artist. You know, and when I say that, because back in the day, didn't really listen to his music that much. You know, you listen to it, but not. Those are great artists when they can do that, when they can get you feeling and then go back in time and memories and stuff like that. To me, those are great artists. And not that all artists aren't good, but the great ones do that.
Yeah, the music has got to mean something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Molly Hatchet next Saturday. The week after that, Brenda and I just got tickets to see Uncle Lucius.
Okay.
Hopefully they will be coming to floors. I don't know, in a year. Who knows? Opening up or maybe even headline. I don't know. I mean, if they come, I think you'll like their music. And then the following Friday after that, we got George Thoroughly Good. And then in July,
Oh, we got Aaron Lewis in July.
We got Aaron Lewis. About halfway through the month, we got Aaron Lewis. A lot of good shows coming up. Really looking forward to it.
Well, what do you think about how the women's college World Series turned out with Oklahoma?
You talking about baseball?
No, softball.
Yeah, the Alabama lost. Right
Alabama
after
lost. At least we made it into the playoffs. You know, and we went too deep into it before we got beat by Florida. But I told you Houston or Oklahoma and Texas, and it boiled down to Oklahoma and Texas. I thought early in the year when Texas beat Oklahoma that they got a little luck. That Oklahoma team is something else. I'm going to tell you. 4 years in a row they won the World Series. That's unheard of. Yeah. And I was talking to some guy the other day at HEB, where usually I have my Alabama shirt on, stuff like that. The SEC is going to be tough.
With
Oklahoma and Texas going in there, man.
Yeah, it's really getting tough. The only thing that I am not pleased with is everything is becoming a super conference or a mega conference. I mean, you look at all of the teams that is in the SEC now. I mean, Oklahoma and Texas leaving the Big 12 and coming to the SEC, that's huge. But you got USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. They're all going to
Pac-12.
No, did they go to the Big 10?
There has to be the Big 10. Yeah, Big 10. Yeah, and I agree with that's the sad part. I think at some point in time, we're not going to have any more conferences. It's going to get down to where schools are playing schools, and you may have a conference title, and you may be part of a conference, but it's not going to mean a whole lot anymore.
It isn't.
Yeah, and I think this SEC deal and how all this stuff came around, making these conferences larger so they make more money. And then the type of playoff system we're going to have, you're going to see that evolve, and it's going to change even more.
It will.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why those West Coast teams joined a predominant Midwest conference. I mean, to me, I thought the Pac-12 had great teams. They were way more stacked in this last year than they had in a long time. There was a lot of depth. I mean, Oregon State, Oregon, Washington State. They were all Oregon. They were all great teams that could have beat anybody.
I think, unfortunately, it kind of boils down to politics and money. When you had two big teams like Texas and Oklahoma bolt to the SEC, what leaves a void? So then other people will start moving. They're trying to build, I won't say that resume, but get into a conference and build a conference stronger. And I think that's what happened. I think you see the Big Ten went after some of those teams in the Pac-12 and make them make a little bit more money and those kind of things. And next thing you know, you see a shuffle.
I can't help but think that it all started years ago when Texas started that Longhorn Network, and that set these dominoes in motion. that a few years later, A&M bolts and goes to the SEC because the Big 12 didn't share the wealth. In fact, it said we're the big dog and we get all the money. We're the biggest draw. And that is what killed the Big 12. And then because of that, it diluted the conference. And those dominoes just started falling.
Totally agree. It's all about these universities trying to get more money. And unfortunately, the one who loses are the small schools because they can't compete. You know?
No, they can't.
I kind of like the playoff system that they're going to do. And I'd like to see it change. And what hurts me, to me even more is on Christmas Day, you have certain bowl games you look forward to. You know, I think the names will probably stay there, but you're not going to have the same enthusiasm and support for the bowl games like it used to be. I mean, back in the day, you look forward to
that was
Christmas
the last
Eve.
game of the year.
Yeah,
and hopefully your team got to go to that bowl game. I mean, that was your reward for doing well.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is going to go away pretty quick. You're not going to see many more Senior Bowls or, you know, after the year where all the teams come together, the players playing like the Senior Bowl or some of those All-American Bowls and stuff. Because now these players are opting, and I can't blame the players in some respect. They're opting out because they don't want to get hurt. Because
and
they
mess
know
up
that for them to get
yeah.
into the next that next league, you know, and those things are going to go away pretty soon. You wait and see the next 8-10 years.
Well, the one thing that the conferences and the NCAA can do to fix the bowl games / playoffs is to make sure that these players or the schools get penalized if the players opt out. And I think that will help strengthen the game, is to where we make it to where these kids have to play.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm ready for some football. I tell you that. We still got about 2 months. Let's see, June, July, middle of August, latter part of August, rather.
Yeah, I think in late July the practices will start.
Yeah. So we'll see. And we got that trip going in November to Oklahoma. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, the end of November.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. But we're getting up on that time. I might reach out to Aunt Carol and say she got yourself done and see if she wants to come on one day.
Yeah, we sure can. All righty.
All right.
I guess we will say goodbye and part company.
You have a good one.
You too.
And we love you. Your mom was really disappointed for you when I shared your email with her, but she had the same thing. Chin up, you're a Corbett. All right.
All right. Thank you guys.
Love
I love
guys.
you. Give mom my best. And you guys, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for downloading. We really appreciate you all around the world, here in America. Just bear with us. We're doing the best we can. And we hope you come back next week.
Yeah, and let us know what you think, and give a shout out to all those D-Day veterans that are still with us for all their sacrifice, what they did all those years ago to make this country what it is. And let's don't forget them.
You know what? Because of D-Day, I started rewatching Band of Brothers.
Oh, okay.
I started rewatching. I'm like on episode 6 right now.
Now that's what I'm going to do. One last thought. I watched this 2-hour movie on Eisenhower as a general and how he got picked as a Supreme Allied Commander. And when he was talking to Churchill, he said, "Nope, I have to be the Supreme Allied Commander." Blah blah blah. But the politics that was involved in all of that and how he handled it. I've always liked him as a president. I always thought he was a good president, and those kind of things. It's just, I guess, because that's during my time and stuff like that. But when you see what he went through, how he handled that D-Day invasion and all of the different pieces of it, it was amazing. And
yeah, when they say that was the greatest generation, they weren't lying. Those
absolutely,
those tough
absolutely.
individuals, men and women from that era. They were tough.
And the sad part, the women don't get enough credit for what they did in that. There's a lot of them that served, but all those women who picked up the slack back home, all the manufacturing and did all of that stuff so that we could be over there and do what we did.
Yep. It was a worldwide effort.
Yes, it was. Sometimes we need to get back to those days. Anyway, that's for another day.
Yep, that's another day, another conversation. All right, y'all take care, everybody. Love you, Dad. See y'all later.
Love you. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. Bye.